Well, good morning, all. It's the next day now, and we just got done at the doctor's. I'm real happy. My doctor just fessed up today that he says a couple months ago he thought I wasn't going to be here. Yeah, guys, that's how things were going. And he just told me, he says, well, a couple months ago, he says, I didn't think you were going to be doing... No, I got it in my head, the one test that was back, my A1C numbers, my worst was 10, then I had it down to a best of 8, then I went back up. Today's reading was 7.7, which is still high, but it's down. He was really tickled with that. And I told him, well, I'm working on my 3rd week of not eating, I mean, really not eating a lot. Really cut down the proportion size. Drinking a lot more water, which he says, whatever you're doing, keep doing. And I said, well, I know the weight I've lost. I've irritated my back with my arthritis. My back don't like that. And so, I mean, I'm going the right... They said, you're going the right way. Then I met with the diabetic gal that is now at the hospital and talked to her, and they're like, well... I said, he says, you guys keep hollering, get the stomach done. And my doctor also fessed up. He says, yes, short-term benefits, we know what they are, but over long-term... And I told him about the one person I know of that croaked, dropped dead from 3 years later after the surgery, after everything was supposed to have gone good. And then they found out it was due to the fact that it was a complication from the initial surgery. So, but anyway, yeah, so we're doing better there. And so we're going to go home, get our meds. I want to get something to eat before, as they had me fasting, I couldn't eat anything, so last night after midnight. So we're going to go eat something, go get my meds, and we're going to get going with this day. So, yeah, I feel good. I'm happy, and I'm glad it's finally going right. And kind of helps drive the point home that when your doctor goes, well, I didn't really think you were going to be here, so it tells me I've done something right. I'm doing something right. So either it's your prayers and the combination of what I'm doing or what, but it's working, so all right. Okay, hello again. And if this seems kind of weird starting out, I'm not sure if what I videotaped before I will use, or I'm just going to start all over. I'm having one of those days. You know what, more than likely I probably just started over because, yeah, that other, I was to the doctor this morning. A1C numbers down, best it's been in 2 years, down to a 7.7. They want 7 point or below, but I'm going the right direction. My worst was 10.1, which is bad. If anybody that's diabetic, you know that's bad. So I've got that going the right direction. And you know, the guy I've been working with, I don't think he's really hot tanking the stuff. Because my heads, if that was chemically hot tanked, the paint should have been gone on the heads. I think they've just been, I kind of caught them cleaning with carb cleaner. So I don't think the stuff's really actually being truly hot tanked, or if it is, it's a really weak stuff. So I've got a shop that I talked to. Prices ain't too bad. And that's where I wish I had the crack checker. If I was just taking the stuff in and have it cleaned and crack checked, it would be affordable. For what they charge per part to crack check, after seeing what the crack checking powder cost and what the machine cost, it don't cost that much to crack check something. So I want to see if I can figure out how to get my hands on a powder crack checker. I've been looking at them. They're about, found a used one for $3.50. Otherwise, new one catalog's like 500 bucks. You're going 500 bucks, but hey, not only would I be able to crack check heads, but if I had a welding project come in and I was worried about a weld being broke, I could now test that here instead of... So there's a lot of uses for it. So Anyway, so with that, that means the 350 4-bolt main, the 400 4-bolt main, and Squirrel's original 4.3, and some heads, I think, are going to go up and get chemically cleaned. And I told him, I said, I don't want nothing done. I said, everything is stripped down. You don't even, all you got to do is dunk it, check it. That's it. He said, okay. And I will have him say, or we're going to put it in writing, that nothing other than cleaning and crack checking will be done, because total to clean and crack check one block then is $75. This was out of his mouth. It was 56 something to clean it and 24 something. He said 75. Well, it's a little over 75, but yeah, he said $75. So I'm going to get that wrote down. He says, you want the old-fashioned head checker crack check? Yep, because I mean, so I got that. So, and the V6, he says it doesn't make a difference if it's V6 or not. So 75 bucks a block there. And then clean the oil pan for that V6, get that cleaned up. And then I got some heads laying here. This stuff ain't no good right now to me until I know if it's broke or not. So I don't know. We'll see on the heads. But right now the blocks, because I also need to make room in here to get that blazer in here, to maybe this weekend we're going to try and tear that down, get that just stripped, get everything ripped off that. So right now I put on a call to the neighbor, because I'm doing good. Doc, when I said I was working at the farm, he kind of freaked out. He says, you're back to work? I said, no, I'm not working. I said, I'm going to my farm and doing stuff out there. Oh, okay. Well, keep doing that. So I don't know if they're thinking some of my issues was coming from work with all the paint fumes and welding fumes or what, but he says, you're improving now. He says, don't go back there for right now. Okay. Which, yeah, he's right. I've been staying away from the smells and that, and out here, like I said, when I weld, I've got fresh air coming in. I've got the air filter here. That might be the difference between welding there and here. They don't filter there, and I just don't know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so this video has pretty much been redone for the day again. So yeah, we're going to take that stuff up. I'm going to videotape what I put in the back of the truck. I'm going to find a notepad and we're going to write on it what's taken in, what's what. If I can get to the block numbers, I'll write them down. Just so I know I'm getting my stuff back. And I will mark them. And I'll mark them in an area too that I know they'll be mine. So, but anyway, I'm just waiting for my help to get here, because with everything here and that, I can't get the cherry picker out the load, and like he says, it's not worth blowing your back out. Oh, and that was another thing I was cautioned on, losing weight. We haven't weighed me to see if I'm down, but my doctor did say try and go slow at it, because he says if you go too fast at it, you can aggravate your back. I said, I've already done that, my back and legs. That was the other thing, you know, people that are diabetic will understand this. They test your feet every once in a while, see how the feeling's doing in your feet. And I said, let me get my eyes closed for a minute or so before you come at me with that, so I don't know when you're doing it. He's like, oh? He goes, well, yeah, I try and watch people's faces to see when they, and that. And I said, nope, I got to close my eyes, because if I see you come at me with that, I'll tell you I feel it. Oh, okay. So I closed my eyes and he done the test. And I didn't have as much feeling as the last time we did the test. Then he got out a metal bar that sat there and vibrated. And he done that test, and he says, well, do you feel that? And I said, well, I think I feel that. And he finally says, do you feel this? And he put it further up on my leg, and it was vibrating. Like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be feeling? He goes, yeah. So he tried that again, and zilch. I couldn't feel it. I could feel him physically touch, but I could not feel the vibrations in my feet. So the diabetes is working on my feet, which that might be, I don't know. I just don't know. So I am serious about losing this weight, and I think for this year I'm going to try for shooting for 100 pounds. Unless, well, we're what, the 16th in, so 300. I want to lose 100 pounds in 350 days or more. I really need to do this. He says if you keep going the way you are with your A1C, he says eventually you can get off your medicine. So I will throw this in here, even though this is kind of a farm shop. If somebody's watching and you're worried about your weight gain and you don't know what to do, I guess an old guy I used to talk to on, what was Pal Talk or Fire Talk, I wish I would have listened to him then. This is just within the last 10 years. He says if you don't put it in your mouth, you're not going to put the weight on. So I guess to lose this weight, you got to learn portion control and not to eat it. I mean, portion control. If you take a big platter and eat the whole damn platter, yeah, that's going to go somewhere. Now you take a little bit of everything that you had on that platter on a smaller plate, and then if you don't fill that, hey, that helps. And another thing that I was just told too, drinking ice water during your meal will help you cut back on eating. So I'm not going to get on that again for right now, but yeah, I'm seriously going to try and commit to 100 pounds this year, 2015. See if we can get rid of it. So it's getting nicer. I'm going to try going for walks. I've got an exercise bike that I might drag out to the farm because in town, we'll talk about that later. So, okay. Look at that. The snow's melting. It is gorgeous. Oh my God, gorgeous. And you look back there in the back of the truck. Look what we got back there. Yes, that's a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, but a lot of money. So, oops. We're going to head up to another machine shop and get this stuff run through, cleaned and crack checked. So, because like my neighbor says, it's no good to you if you don't know. He says you got to find out if the stuff's good or not. I said, I know. So, yeah. God, boy, the truck ride's nice with weight on it. And I just had to talk with my neighbor. You know, I think that comment of turning it over and putting it in God's hands has helped me. Because, you know, Doc said 2 months ago he thought I was bad. That over a month ago I used that phrase, and I've used that phrase a couple of times since. And I says, you know, it's strange. Things are going a little bit better. The stress level's dropping. I mean, I'm starting to lose the weight. Well, my neighbor's kind of got a weight issue, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. And talking to him, I got him to admit it's the stress level. And I says, well, you know, not to sound strange, I says, you know, maybe try sitting down and just saying, God, I put it in your hands. Help fix this. Help us. So he kind of thought about that, and he talked a little more to me. So I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Help spread God's word and God's healing, and show that it's been he can do things. I mean, but anyway, yeah. So we'll get up there, and I'm gonna find a notepad, write down everything, and some of the stuff might come home. I'm just going to ask him about it and see what we get. So, all right, we'll be back. I don't know. Hopefully this video wasn't too late. Otherwise, it might be Saturdays. Oh, and bringing that up, I think, I tell you, doing these videos, I love doing them, but I've noticed here for a week there, that's all I was doing. I was doing videos, trying to get them uploaded in a night. So I might start going to where there's a day or two leg and have them loaded up, because then I kind of sit there and enjoy my internet again without having to sit there. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, I want to keep doing it. I need to keep doing it, and that. But it just, there's some nights I would just like to sit down and watch other people's stuff instead of watching my stuff get up. Because the video that I talked about losing my weight and that was all done during the day, and I came home, and last night I got to sit down and enjoy myself. Unfortunately, I passed out for some stupid reason, but anyway. So, all right. 400 4-bolt main, 400 crank under the towel, 350 crank, that's 1010. The 4.3 heads, the green heads, the blue heads, the blue 4-bolt main, 4.3, 350 rods, and 4.3 oil pan. Well, we'll talk about the machine shop trip here in a second, so we can talk about it right now, I guess. Give me a little edge. Just found out the old guy I've gone to is going to be retiring. And he's going to be here for another year, and he's done. He's moving. He's got my 454 crank and that, so. Alright, just a second. I'm going to spoil myself, guys.
Thank you for stopping next to the door whenever you're ready.
Let's see. Oh, give me a Monster Burger.
Just a burger?
Yep.
Oh, that be all?
Yeah.
Alright, have your total at $7.69 at the window, please.
Okay. Alright. Just hold on here. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but we'll sneak up. Yep, I'm just spoiling myself. Here, we'll just set you guys right here. Oops, you're probably not seeing much. Well, anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just spoiling myself. I'll head home. Oops, shit, got my shirt dirty, but this is an old shirt. Okay. $7.69. Okay. Pretty friendly guy. Was really going to spoil myself real good, but decided not to. Yeah, the old boy's going to retire, so all my old racers, and he's got some deals for me. I really need to find some money. I could really stockpile on stuff big time. I mean, real big time. He's got a set of rods there that have been resized, Magnaflux crack checked, and that $80 for the set, and they're supposed to sell for $19 a piece. He's got my 454 crank, and we talked about my 454. There's a guy that's got a set of pistons for sale that are 80 over, but they think that 4.3 of Squirrels, they looked at it, they said that'll be fine. So I said, well, just clean and crack check. And I told him what happened with the other shops on doing more than they were supposed to. He says, oh hell no, Rod, I won't do that to you. So sad to see another good machinist retiring, though. I mean, I've had issues with him before, but the young guy that's taken over, he said he seemed pretty friendly and seems to know what to do. So I mean, they are swamped with stuff. But have a good one. Yep, thank you. All right. Let that cool off and probably wait till I get back to the shop to eat that. So, oh, and the 400 crank I did not drop off because he's like, looked at it, he says, Rod, you need a 400 crank to make a 383. He says, I've already got one reground out. He said, I'll make a drill with you. He says, that crank, he says, it ain't worth nothing to fix. He says, and he showed me he's got a bunch of cranks. He's trying to dump all his stuff and get rid of it before he moves. I was like, oh man. I mean, he's got steel cranks, cast cranks, 454 cranks, heads, blocks, you name it, he's still got it. here, see if we can get run over. So yeah, oh, there's an officer. Good thing I got you guys down. No, 2 officers. That's the only thing I hate about this town. But yep, right there's the old Napa store. That's where a lot of my machine work took place. And that's where my father-in-law worked. And then he gave it up. And now this guy's going to give it up. I'm like, damn it. So yeah, I'm on the mission to find some money and get some stuff sold and get my hands on that stuff. We could do some hellacious engine building, and this kid, that if he does as good as the guy that he's taking over for, I mean, it's sad to see the old guys go, but at least this guy's learning from an old pro. And hopefully the young guys paying attention to the older gentleman. So, oh my God, gas $1.72 here. Wish I had more money on me right now. $1.72. Oh, that's killing me. Wow, I guess we go running around. We might come up here. Anyway, I guess we get back to the shop. I'll wrap this up and we'll head home. Right there where that gravel pit is, right over that hill there, that is where my wife and I met. That's where the salvage yard used to be that I worked at. Yep. Speeder, speeder, speeder alert. Yep, I'm doing 55 and that wasn't good enough. But yep, that's where I met my wife. Anyway, the other thing about this, I'm just going to go home and get this uploaded in case my cousin comes up. He's talking about it. He wanted to go to a movie this weekend. And, yep, got that stuff dropped off. Boy, the truck ride's different when I ain't weighed in it. And the guy was kind of tickled, really tickled to see me. I walked in, he recognized me right away, glasses and all. He just knew who I was. I was like, wow. And then he's like, yep, I'm retiring. He says, I'm selling my stuff. He thinks he's got, what, 4, yep, speed around to get sandwiched between me and the semi. 4 or 5 blocks left to get rid of, and then he's got, oh, you going to try passing on a yellow line lady? Really? And he's got a bunch of cranks. Like I said, he just showed me the rods that were redone. New bolts, resized, but they're done for stock. They're not done for race. He said $80. I'm like, I'll figure out how to get the money for that. And he's just gonna check my rods. I mean, shit, $80. We looked it up. They're supposed to sell for $19 a piece after being sized, magnafluxed, and crack checked. Wow. Okay. So yeah, and then I said, well, you brought up said something, and I said, how about the 454 stuff? He said, yep, I got that stuff laying around here too. I need to find some money fast. I can get a lot of stuff stocked up, ready to go, and or even we'll sell them to you for $80, and this is what you know you can sell them for. I'm like, well, I could have. I just put it out on here, but. Oh, yeah, man, he said, oh, you always like doing the motors anyway. I said, yeah, I said, I'm getting back into it, told him about the YouTube channel, and it's like, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. So, I said, yeah, I got a motor that's supposed to go to California yet, I hope. That deal's still going to go through. Maybe 2 motors, who knows. So yeah, I hope some of these deals start rolling so I can start making some money, so when I find stuff like this I can start stockpiling it so I've got it, and then I know what I've got in the cost, and I can get a more pinpoint price on an engine rebuild and instead of having to search for the stuff. I mean, if I can find it without going to a salvage yard, these grab and goes, yeah, they got the stuff to help you get the motor out. That, but you got to go lay there, and then you got to make sure you got to have all your tools and no cutters, no nothing, and just nothing that makes sparks. That sucks. So anyway, anyway, I guess I gotta edit off some of the video that I shot and make sure I get the right ones again, and hopefully I keep them in order, which I should. So, well guys, I guess it's that time, call it a day. And if you liked what you see and like the plans I got doing and you want to help, try and hit that button over there for support this channel, and we'll keep moving forward and try getting this to take off like I would like to see. And I guess if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, maybe we'll have to do, maybe if I can get 1,000 subscribers, I'll have to do another giveaway, maybe something, I don't know. Still thinking about that, but oh, sorry, couldn't stop it. But anyway, you all take care, have a good weekend, and God bless each and every one of you, and may He help you in your troubles and your needs and get you on the right path. So you all take care. See you later. Bye.